Hello and welcome to the Managing Uncertainty podcast. This is Bryan Strawser, Principal and Chief Executive here at Bryghtpath. And in episode 152, I want to talk about a large publication that we did recently, which we call the Ultimate Guide to Business Continuity. Our intent with the Ultimate Guide to Business Continuity, one of two Ultimate Guides we've written recently here at Bryghtpath, is to really, in one article, summarize everything you need to know about business continuity and link to a ton of other resources on our website, other articles, other free resources, episodes of the podcast, other reference tools, and other freebies, and our courses that can really help you with business continuity. Our intent is to provide and explain to you what business continuity is, why it's important to your organization, how to develop a business continuity program, how to establish roles and responsibilities for your program, how to get buy-in from your executives, how to execute upon business impact analysis and business continuity plans, and finally, how to integrate this with your crisis management strategy. In the Ultimate Guide, we also provide some perspectives on how to get help with your program and where to go to learn more about business continuity. The guide itself, as of the time of this recording, is about 11,000 words long. It's nearly, a third of a decent-sized business book at this point. And as we've created new content related to business continuity, we have added that to the guide and linked out to those more detailed resources. So what I want to do is summarize a little bit about the Ultimate Guide to Business Continuity, and then we'll link in the show notes the full article and you can take a look at that. But I want to start with something simple, and that is, what is business continuity? Well, business continuity is a rapidly evolving discipline, so understandably, there's still a lot of confusion about what a business continuity program really encompasses. If you Google what is a business continuity program, you're going to see exactly what I mean. There's a lot of variety out there. But sometimes the best way to understand something is by understanding what it's not. And a business continuity program is not a standalone business continuity plan. It is not an IT disaster recovery plan or a software subscription or an insurance policy from your insurer. It's not filling out a template and a checklist and putting your staff through a 1-hour click it and forget it web-based training module. These might all be important pieces of a business continuity program, although arguably not insert fork in your eyes web training. They're not in and of themselves a comprehensive and effective business continuity program, which is what your organization needs. So then what exactly is a business continuity program, and what does it take to make sure that yours gets the job done? Well, most simply, we think of business continuity planning as the discipline of making your organization more resilient, more able to solve big problems. A business continuity program is the means by which you embed this discipline into your organization to build your company's capacity to prevent, withstand, and recover from unplanned disruptions and adverse events. In the face of disruption, it ensures that you can continue operations and protect your most valuable assets, especially your people. Now, ISO, the international standards body, would further define business continuity in their standards as the, quote, capability of an organization to continue the delivery of products and services within acceptable timeframes at predefined capacity during a disruption, end quote. Now, we see business continuity as an important part of an overall resilient strategy in your organization. It is important to your organization, but in our minds, it's just one component in that overall strategy. We believe there are fundamental components that every business should have in place if they want to make good on their overall resiliency imperatives. According to the ISO, again, organizational resilience is the ability of an organization to absorb and adapt in a changing environment to enable it to deliver upon its objectives and survive and to prosper. But like a lot of standards-based definitions, that leaves a lot to read between the lines. At Bryghtpath, we think of resilience as a group of capabilities that supports your company's ability to solve big problems, to continue operations, protects its assets, and most importantly, protect its people. At a practical level, this is achieved with basic blocking and tackling, implementing certain key components in a logical way to prevent, to plan for, to respond to, and to recover from a disruption. These core components are business continuity, IT disaster recovery, crisis management, information security, enterprise risk management, physical security, or you might call that global security or corporate security, including travel, safety and security, intelligence, and workplace violence prevention, crisis communications, and then life safety and emergency procedures like evacuation, first aid, shelter in place, and more. Now, implementing a full-blown resilience strategy from scratch is a really tall challenge, and we've written extensively about thinking through a resilience strategy for your organization, how to prioritize efforts, and working around roadblocks that might get put into your path in an article entitled "What is Resilience?" and we'll link that in the show notes. Now, when we're talking about business continuity, at the core of your business continuity program is the business continuity lifecycle. Within an organization, once established, business continuity is a life cycle of annual and ongoing activities. It is not a do it once and you're done sort of process that will happen in an organization. A business continuity life cycle helps illustrate to your company the necessary processes to bring a business continuity program to life. It's a cyclical process. It happens every year or 2 years. Of assessing threats and impacts, and then developing, exercising, and maintaining plans. That life cycle usually consists of 4 large components. Assessing. It's identifying critical business processes and capturing the impacts of a disruption through your business impact analysis. It's planning. It's building procedural tasks and guidance for the recovery of critical business processes in a business continuity plan. It's exercising. It's the validation of planned tasks and operations. It's building confidence and muscle memory through continuity exercises. And finally, maturing. It's the continual plan maintenance that keeps your plans up to date. Beyond the high-level illustration of an annual life cycle, as I just described, you have more detailed processes that make up this life cycle. And those illustrate the connectivity in a broader program: risk assessment, disaster recovery, incident and crisis management, issues management and risk mitigation, and then post-incident crisis after-action reporting. We talk about the ideas behind this kind of a detailed business continuity framework in episode 102 of this podcast, the Managing Uncertainty podcast. And in our Ultimate Guide to Business Continuity, you'll find links to that episode, as well as a copy of our business continuity framework that I'm describing here. It's the same process we execute here at Bryghtpath in our business continuity as a service. We end our Ultimate Guide to Business Continuity by talking about where you can learn more about business continuity. And there's a number of great options for this, and many of them are just completely free. In terms of training, there are many free options. FEMA's Emergency Management Institute, or EMI, has free courses that cover many aspects of crisis management and business continuity and related topics. Our own free introductory courses are intended to provide an overview of business continuity and crisis management in a way that helps both novice and highly experienced business leaders or individual contributors to help make an immediate impact in their area of responsibility. Our YouTube channel has hours of free video, webinars, and other presentations covering crisis management, business continuity, and crisis communications. And our webinars and videos can also help you learn more about these topics. Second is our Facebook group. We have hundreds of business continuity, crisis management, and resiliency professionals in our free Facebook group. It's a forum for discussion around organizational resilience, business continuity, emergency management, and crisis management. It's where there's really an active exchange of information, questions, and news related to our profession. There's daily articles posted, regular discussion topics, and it's a safe and welcoming environment for your questions. There are books. Now, books are maybe not the best answer for everyone learning about business continuity, but they are relatively inexpensive and they can provide a lot of deep insight. We publish our free professional reading list on our website that contains our best recommendations for personal study and contemplation that can assist you as you continue to grow. And then there's a number of great free podcasts, including the one you're listening to, Managing Uncertainty. But there's also the Harvard NPLI Leader ReadyCast, which features real-world lessons, best practices, and action-oriented insights for those you're it moments when you're called upon to lead. And this is managed by the Harvard National Preparedness Leadership Initiative faculty. Or there's the Resilient podcast from Deloitte that really features authentic, engaging, and thought-provoking conversations with CEOs, senior executives, government officials, board members, and people outside the business world. You can learn what they have learned about embracing risk, improving performance, and leading confidently in a volatile world. On the paid side of things, there are executive education programs that are out there. They range in price from a few $1,000s to tens of thousands of dollars. Two of the most highly acclaimed executive education programs are the Harvard National Preparedness Leadership Institute's programs, ranging from their in-person executive certificate program down to their online courses, which are more inexpensive. And there's also MIT's Crisis Management and Business Continuity program, which comes at two different tiers, a beginner course and an advanced course that are available. And then, of course, there are other free resources on our website as well. I would encourage you to, this is just a sampling, but I would encourage you to check out the Ultimate Guide to Business Continuity on our website. That's it for this edition of the Managing Uncertainty podcast. We'll be back next week with another new episode. Be well.